Hey y'all, happy Friday. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing on this good old Friday, baby? Sorry I am late, y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat if my sound is good. You know, we got to have the sound right before we get started. Cause y'all, I was up in here like a whole electrical technician. Don't know what I'm doing. I was trying to do some things, but I'm gonna need a little more time. So I said, let me jump on this live. That's why I put the music on for y'all. So it's not gonna be a regular thing, y'all. Because I know some of y'all can't minimize the screen when the music plays in the intro. So we're gonna get it together because I'm actually working on something to where um we'll be able to play the music and y'all gonna still be able to minimize y'all screen, baby. So we gonna get it together. I was trying to mess with it before I got on this live, but I didn't have enough time. Seeing as how I scheduled the live for 2:45, so I'm gonna figure it out. But it's gonna take some time. I'll figure it out over the weekend. So let's see who we got in the building. But y'all, let me know if the sound is good, y'all. I can't believe that many people came in here this early, child. Y'all must have seen that caption and just knew it was going down, baby. Okay. Thank you, Sapphire Virgo, for getting that membership, my girl. Hey, Nika. Hey, Michelle Hodges, Miss Geraldine. We got Michaela, Yelena White, Gemini Rising. Who else we got? Chrissy Smith, Miss Karen Dietrich. We got Tony, Montez, Lolo, Miss Stephanie Howard. We got Latoya Jackson. We got Yolanda Flugents. We got Renita, Nana Karen, Miss Angela Dickerson, Miss Lolita, Talia, Miss Kathy Walker. We got Miss Cheryl Daggs, my Louisiana sister, Latoya Middleton, Kimberly Merrills, Tisha Marshall. We got Tamika Rains, Kay Monet, Roxy, Michelle DeBelle, Latte, Elizabeth McCoy. Who else we got up in here? Miss Gloria Dent. We got Miss Diggs in the building, Sugar Pop, Christmas, Kiana with the Q, My Dream Star, Robin Lotz, Miss E, Treasure Life. We got Honey Williams. We got Des Talia, my bro Terry, Renee H, Miss Cynthia Craig. We got Giselle in the building. We got Marquita in the building, T Mo, Miss Tracy, Jackie Moore, Meet Us, my other Louisiana sister. We got Rosanette, Honey B, Miss Lenora, Don't Worry, Be Happy. We got Regal Essence. Hold up, let me go down. My Karen is in the building. We got Sapphire Virgo, Cool Ashton, my bad, y'all. Miss Shawnee, we got Veronica, Miss Fila, Miss Patricia Jefferson, we got KK, Leah Rowe, Regal Essence. Hold on, bear with me. We got Dreamy Girl, Rakita, Felicia Humphrey, let's see. Brantley's Lifestyle. She said that song really calmed my nerves. Had a bad day. Oh, I'm sorry you had a bad day, my girl. I'm glad. Maybe I played that song on the perfect day because y'all know I hadn't been playing the music, but I said let me play it so they don't be waiting too long. So that was for the ones who like the music and don't mind not being able to minimize. But I haven't been playing it lately, y'all. Hey, Miss Ilka. Hey, Nene, Sassy M. Truth Slayer. We got Sweetly Favored in the building. Basha, Malibu Genies, Miss Mel, Tyrese with the T, Miss Jackie Rogers. Let's see, hold on. We got Annette, Gloria Campbell, Twin Girl. Thank you, Michelle, for that super sticker. It is greatly appreciated. We got Goldie in the building. We got Scorpio Stings. Miss Tracy Gabriel. That's Wilson Meadows. Yep, that is definitely Wilson Meadows. Robin Buttercup. We got Minnie in the building. Thank you, my Karen, for that super sticker. Beautiful B is in the building. Nevada. Who else we got? Let's see. Miss Victoria, Kay Brown, Stephanie Anderson, Keisha Warren, Lynette, Misha, Sierra Boyd. My sis Tajay is in the building. Scorpio Love. Get right with LB. I think that's it, y'all. Hold up. Bear with me. The discussion board is in the building. Latasha Hayes. I am her. Renee Patrick. Or is it Rena? Is it Renee or is it Rena? And what's up, JB? Baby is in the building, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's here on this good old Friday afternoon. I hope y'all had a good work week. I hope y'all have an even better weekend because I know I will. I am going to relax this weekend, baby. I ain't outside of me getting my stuff together with this technical stuff. I'm not doing nothing. Okay. I'm going to relax. Hey, Miss Ruby. Hey, Rebecca Cry. Tiara, straight up, no chaser, grown woman status. Shout out to all of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in or out. If you like to bless my channel, you can cash at me $, Lupac1. You can also buy me a coffee, get a membership for the exclusive content. We will have a members only live this weekend, probably tomorrow, y'all. If not tomorrow, Sunday for sure. Definitely hit that like button. It is free, 99. Hey, Miss Judy. I'll be cracking myself up, y'all. Hey, Tanya Lewis. Shout out to everybody that's coming in, y'all. Y'all coming in hot, baby. Child of God is in the building. But I'm pretty sure y'all see my title is LaTruth. Come ya. I gotta call you out too, bro. Okay. So yesterday it was brought to my attention, and I see y'all comments in the chat. Anyways, it was brought to my attention that, a few people were upset because they feel like we should call RH out because RH, okay, y'all know the whole September 1st situation. Hey, Tasha Newsome, love you, my girl. So, y'all know the whole September 1st situation where the other side was pretty much making it a big deal and saying, oh, September 1st is coming. Y'all better get ready. September 1st coming. Or they was constantly in RH's chat saying, you better have all of this down by September 1st, whatever. So RH also did a video and stated that September 1st was just a regular day, nothing different. They were acting like it was the day of the reckoning, right? Like something major was gonna happen on September 1st, baby. And not even just the RH, but content creators as well. Because I even had people putting stuff in my chat talking about September 1st, y'all better take y'all content down, whatever, whatever. So somebody yesterday said that we need to call RH out, y'all, because he made us believe that September 1st was just a regular day. So RH, if you are listening, September 1st was not just a regular day, bro. It was a holiday, okay? The holiday of you and your ex-wife taking down content off of y'all pages. Why we need to call him out, I have no clue because it didn't affect us in no way, shape, fashion, or form. So, I'm a little bit confused, y'all. I'm a little bit confused. I'm sorry to the ones who thought that I was gonna go in because y'all. Okay, this is the thing, y'all. And this is how I know a lot of people don't pay attention. I literally went live yesterday. And if you were in my live, then you know I explained why I don't talk about the petty stuff. How many of y'all remember me saying that yesterday? I literally said that and I discussed that for a good while. I even explained why I don't do it with both parties, not just RH, but neither Laonia. I stick to the important stuff within the saga. I don't call out the petty stuff. I don't have time for that. You'll be live for 8 to 10 hours trying to call out everything that these people are doing. And it does not affect us. I feel like if it's not affecting the supporters, or it's not something where, and this is where I broke down lies that could be detrimental to a person's brand, their livelihood, or even affect other people. That little unnecessary calling out of like the whole, oh, he don't own this truck and junk company, whatever, whatever. Child, that, first of all, that was content. A blind man could see that was content. I literally explained all of this yesterday. So why people felt the need to come in my comments and say I need to call that man out for that, I just don't understand. How do you even call somebody out for something like that? It's not like he lied to us. September 1st was definitely a regular day, baby. Like, it wasn't nothing special. as far as we are concerned. How were we affected by him saying September 1st was a regular day? And this is where some of y'all need to take the personal investments out of it. Because it ain't that serious. It's not that serious. Like, how, like, what y'all want me to whip him? Do y'all want me to spank him for saying September 1st was a regular day? It was a regular day. Like, it was a regular day. It was nothing special about September 1st. Neither party went to jail. And I hope y'all know that the September 1st situation applied to both parties. So, you know, neither one went to jail. They both filed contempt on each other. So I don't understand, where him saying September 1st needed some type of repercussion from his supporters. I don't understand that. Somebody gonna have to jump in the chat and elaborate, because and that's not even me being biased. I just don't see the big deal in, or what y'all trying to make it seem like a big deal, as far as him saying September 1st was a regular day, because RH, as far as I can see, is still doing what he's been doing. It didn't affect him either. So, and both parties still have content up on their pages involving the other parties. So I don't understand, y'all. Oh Lord. Okay. Number two, because they put something else, y'all. And I wish I would have screenshot it, but I was laughing so hard. The other thing was that this particular party wanted to call out RH4, was they're saying that because RH added his sister Dawn to the paperwork, they saying that he threw her under the bus. Now, I read the paperwork yesterday to y'all, and I didn't get that from that. Maybe my definition of somebody throwing somebody under the bus is totally different from others. And this is why I always say your perception is different from the next person. That's why it's always good to verify things and see things for yourself, because everybody perceives things in a different manner, right? So when I read it, matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up so I could see if I missed something. Let's see how Dawn was thrown under the bus, you guys. Let's see. Give me a second. Okay, hold up. Which paragraph is it? Okay. So RH responded in his counterclaim, and he responded as denied as untrue, because Laonia alleged that uh she alleged that he was using his family members to bully or whatever. So this is why he responded that way, because the ex-wife put that in her contempt claim, that he was making his family members do certain things or bully her on the internet or whatever, or harass. So his response was, my sister texted my phone concerned with why I didn't have my daughter on my scheduled visitation weekend, and I sent her proof of why I didn't have my child. I wasn't aware that Laonia was on social media telling her supporters I was a deadbeat, and my sister took the messages to social media without my permission. So, would y'all have much rathered him say that he made his sister do it, or him say that, because she's a grown woman, she did what she wanted to do? I'm a little confused, y'all. Y'all gonna have to help me out. Cause I don't see it. I don't see where he threw her under the bus. I mean, is she gonna receive some type of repercussion from coming to social media and reading out her text messages between her and her brother? I'm confused. Because if that's the case, Dawn been dropping receipts for a while now, and Dawn's still looking like Dawn. She's still good over there. So I don't know how he threw her under the bus. He simply stated what happened. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The only difference is they want him to say he made her do it so he can get in trouble. That's what it is. You can't manipulate nothing over here, baby. You cannot. Okay. And Dawn literally made a video earlier stating that she do what she want to do when she wants to do it. Okay. So that's the end of that. Like, I don't know what they seeing, but I'm seeing something totally different. He didn't throw her under the bus by stating a fact. It is what it is. Now, like I said, I can see if she were to receive some type of, this is what you call throwing under the bus. Let's say you got two people rob a bank, right? And the police run up on them. One of them, they both go separate ways, and one of them gets caught. Now that person goes to jail. They're in the interrogation room and getting questioned by the detectives. Next thing you know, the detectives offer that man a Happy Meal, a cigarette, a cup of water, whatever, and that person starts squealing like a mother. His name is Gerald. His mama live at 428 Ruby Street. That's what you call throwing somebody under the bus, baby. That's the difference, child. Now, what RH did was a fact. He stated a fact. That's it. That's all. Like, y'all got to make it make sense. I just don't understand it. I don't see what y'all see, baby. And this is why you need to watch my content, because if you actually watch my content, you will know that I don't do that with either side. I stick to what's important as far as, what could be detrimental to a person's brand or their livelihood. All that unimportant, unnecessary stuff we are all human. And I literally explained this yesterday, y'all. So it's like I'm repeating myself. We are all human at the end of the day. So I feel like both parties should be extended grace as far as, what we discuss or whatever. A lot of stuff be petty, and I feel like some of it be warranted based on behaviors that go on. But I can only really speak for myself and what I choose to cover on my channel. I've never been in agreement with Laonia's behavior, and I don't think I ever will until I see a difference. Maybe, accountability on her part as far as her ex-husband is concerned. What really threw me for a loop is the fact that she came to the internet and, basically let the world know that Janostrils is an abuser, and she apologized for it. So it's given very much backwards. So if you can go that far and do that, and even as far as how some people decided not to speak on it just because, they didn't know if they was going to get back together, that's what really let me know that I'm in a lane by myself, because I'ma always stand for what's right no matter who the person is. Even if they decide to get back together. And I'm talking about Janostrils and Launia. But it's just a fact that, you can't be one sided when you're calling out things such as a Bruce that's being displayed on a public platform. That's not a good look at all. And it speaks to your morals, your integrity, etc., etc. I'm getting used to this microphone, child. But yeah, y'all, that was me calling RH out. Now, if it's this is the thing, because I really want to be unbiased, you guys. But if anybody can provide proof of something that RH did, and it has to be something along the lines of what the wife did, lying on an innocent man, manipulating truths, something that can literally destroy a person's livelihood, character, cause them harm. It has to be something like that. If you want me to call it out, you're going to have to bring something like that to me. But as far as I can see, it ain't none of that going on. I will not be calling out this man for doing content. I will not be calling out this man for saying September 1st was a regular day. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing the petty stuff. Y'all can do that, but if y'all want to hear it, there's somebody over there that's definitely calling those things out. So you don't have to come to Pac's channel to hear it, but you can go over there, because that's where it's going down. Okay, we ain't doing that over here, baby. We're not. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all. How y'all doing? Listen, today is Friday and it's a good day in the neighborhood, baby. Let me see what's going on. Oh, y'all, another thing too. I did say that um today will be an open panel also. So if anybody wants to come up and we can continue our conversation from yesterday about the whole contempt situation. I also want to let you guys know that a lot of people are making that whole contempt situation bigger than what it is. But if you are familiar with, if you ever been to court, been held in contempt, or even if you watch court TV, then you will know that you don't even have to be a lawyer to know this. You'll know that contempt is not a serious situation. It's not. It takes a lot for you to get jail time due to a contempt. Okay, so they definitely making it bigger than what it is. Even when Laonia was the first one to go file for contempt, they really thought RH was gonna go to jail, child. But that's not the case, baby. You gotta really, really do some things for a judge to lock you up for contempt. Okay. So it's not that serious, y'all. It ain't that serious. Now, I would, and this is the first, right? So I can see if it becomes a repetitive thing and they're constantly going back and forth to court to file contempt against each other, the judge might want to make an example out of one or the other. I could definitely see that because it gets petty, especially as adults, which I don't understand why the contempt was filed in the first place. Because as we can see, both parties had old stuff on their pages. It could have been a situation where it was accidental, y'all, and I'm speaking for both sides, where something was left up and one or the other didn't see it, because they were together for 6 years. That's why I don't understand why Laonia even went to file contempt in the first place. It's given very much petty and very much that you want to see this man in jail so bad, like, and I don't understand why. I don't think none of us understand why at this point, because he's not doing her anything. He's just trying to be a daddy, child. Let that man be a daddy, because he could be like your first baby daddy. And we all know how that situation is. Okay. So, child, this is a whole hot mess and a half, baby. Unnecessary. That got a little bit to do with it, Renee H. And it's, as women, we can tell. If you're a woman and you got a little experience, you done been through some things, child, then you know what time it is. You know what time it is. He left and she just can't take it. That's a whole fact, Joy and Sneakers. And it's unfortunate because that baby is the one that's being affected by this foolishness, this immaturity. Like, it's just sad. It's just sad. And I don't agree with, people can say, oh, well, y'all, whatever about Laonia, but I don't agree with this with no woman. I don't agree with no woman doing this. This don't just apply to her. I just feel like once you separate from a man or a woman, you got to put the kids first if there are kids involved. Period. It becomes strictly about them. And I was literally making a video, y'all. Matter of fact, I gotta finish it because I'm gonna drop it today. And I had a clip where it's recent too. I think it's one of the lives she did maybe yesterday or day before that my source sent to me. And she was saying that the people want her to be bitter so bad because of her situation with the first baby daddy. And I'm like, bruh, if that ain't delusion at its finest, is nobody wants you to be bitter, baby. If anything, we want you to be not bitter. You considering the factor of you and the first baby daddy being on good terms or whatever you would call it, but we're talking about this public situation. It's the delusion for me. It's the oblivion for me. Okay. We talking about this public situation that everybody, the whole world can see. We ain't talking about the first baby daddy. We trying to figure out why you can't get it together with the second baby daddy, the one that's actually seeing his child on a regular, or at least trying to. That's what inquiring minds want to know. We don't care about that first baby daddy and what y'all got going on. We hope he do right by his kids. And that's the thing. Any woman would hope that a man would do right by their children, regardless of who you are or if somebody's in disagreement with you. It don't matter. We don't care about none of that. We want to see y'all co-parent in a healthy fashion, be cordial because both of y'all done moved on, and make it completely and solely about that baby. That's it. That's all we care about. That's it. It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. Let me stop because I might sound crazy with this headphone set on, y'all. uh okay, hold on, let me see what y'all done sent. Oh shoot, enough for my thing to go log me out. I got too much going on this desktop. Let's see. Thank you, Kason, for being a 4-month member. And thank you, Mom Deuce, for that super chat. She says, make it make sense, Pac. The man was just clarifying what occurred. Dawn isn't a defendant, so how could he throw her under the bus? They're such clowns. Exactly. Like it made no sense at all. That I swear it's like we on two different levels mentally on both sides. I feel like it's no way, it's nobody on that support that girl that don't have a at least a piece of sense. Gots to, because how could you take that and just say he threw his sister under the bus? Like, I didn't see that, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't get that from that. And they gonna, of course they gonna be mad because I didn't get that. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But I think as far as the contempt is concerned, I think I seen somebody in the comments say they went to court for it. Hey, Miss Deborah Cannon. Hey, Sahira. They went to court for it already. Who said that? Who? How y'all know they went to court for the contempt already? I didn't see that. Hey, Amina. Let me go up a little bit. She ready to moonwalk right into a jail cell. They want that man to go to jail so bad. That's what it's given. Scorpio Steen says she has pictures of him on her IG. Vivi say laugh aloud. They thought that man was, excuse me, going to jail. And that's the crazy part. That's how you know. And you know what? I don't think that it's so much that they thought he was going to jail. I think they just want him to go to jail so bad. And honestly, y'all, based on covering this story since the beginning, if I feel like if they would actually called out Janostrals and his part, I would be more susceptible to having a discussion with some of them. And I'm talking about some of them supporters just to try to see where they coming from mentally as far as this storyline. But once these people showed me that they don't really care about a Bruce because they literally either they don't care about a Bruce or they don't believe Laonia. And they support her, but they don't really believe her. It's either or, because there's no way you can tell me that you still running with, these stories about RH with no proof, but proof comes out about Janostrals and it gets swept under the rug. There's no way you can tell me that. So that's why I don't be wanting to hear nothing nobody say from over there, because you got to make it make some type of sense. If you ain't gonna call it out all around the board, then what we talking about? We ain't talking about nothing. We ain't talking about nothing. Hey, Miss Bridget, she says she trying to prove a point to her followers on the slow buzz, but it will backfire. Definitely. They making it big because they want Aries to get locked up. That's why it's a big deal. But this is the thing. You have to be doing something to get locked up in the first place. What is he doing? That man ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing illegal that's worth the judge putting him in jail behind. Oh, and speaking of jail, um, oh, my babies is back home, y'all. Wasn't it said that she filed contempt for child support or non-support, non-payment of child support? Somebody let me know because I could have sworn that was said when she first filed her contempt. They were saying that let me see if any one of my sources is in the building and you have those screenshots, send them to me because I could have sworn that it was said she filed contempt on him because he wasn't paying his child support. But then when we get to the paperwork, there is nothing about contempt due to non-payment of child support on there. Only thing was on there is stuff about posts still being on social media. Non-payment of child support was never checked off. And if y'all remember when I was reading this paperwork yesterday, I was like, I said this. I was like, I thought she filed contempt because he didn't pay his child support, but I said, I don't see that it's not checked off. So but I was unsure because that's the narrative that they were running with. That he was filed contempt because of non-payment of child support. Somebody let me know if I'm tripping or not. Hey Jada, because he been all over her BS, so she came out with the DV. Yep. Miss DeRee said, did they go to court? I'm not sure. That's what we wondering too. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Shout out to the person that just sent me that. Let me see what it is. But it's not checked off. If you notice, the only thing that's checked off is the contempt, but non-payment of child support is not checked off. So that's why I'm like, and RH said he's good with his child support. He went live and said that. So the fact that that was never brought back up and is not in none of the paperwork, that's a clear lie. That's a clear lie. Because I could have sworn that Laonya said something in her story one day. I could have sworn somebody sent me a screenshot um of Laonya saying that she filed contempt for non-payment of child support and not removing stuff off of social media. So if anybody have that, send it to me. Let's see. Allison says she really wants to see him without anything, but why he when he made her look internet material? She is a bitter baby mama. Brantley say I'm trying to see where she get her wigs from. Y'all, y'all still on the wig, child. Let's see. Okay. Renee say she can't get more whack than she already is. That's for sure. Michelle says so she has a new chick doing her hair. What happened to the lady that love? Is she utilizes both ladies. Rebecca said RH is happy with his beautiful queen, and is so unhappy with what she got for a man. Mav do say that's how you know her supporters are clowns. No reasonable person would co-sign Laonia's behavior at all. Hold on, y'all, because my kids don't know I'm live and they about to cut up. Close my door, Ham. Ham is a mess, y'all. Okay, what was I saying, child? My baby come back with some certificates, baby. Okay, y'all. Like, yes, y'all definitely hit that like button for Pac. Run them likes up, baby. Run them likes up. Keisha said, baby, I wonder if that's the same dog that ex sicked on her and the kids. I couldn't believe she said She was looking for two big dogs. She was going to ex her baby dad. And that's the thing. I talked about that yesterday also because I feel like she did that not because she actually was going to try to get dogs from him because think about it, y'all. The man is all the way in Carolina, North Carolina, wherever he stayed. So you really think that man gonna come out here with them two dogs just for her to use for a photo shoot, child? And then he didn't even answer the phone. So that should tell you a lot right there. But she was definitely trying to prove a point, keep constantly trying to push this narrative that she's, me and the first baby daddy, we good, y'all, we good. So I'm not the problem. I'm cool with all three of my baby daddies except for one. Like, girl, you low key ain't cool with your nostrils either because that man still has yet to post a response on the internet. So I wouldn't even acknowledge that one because it's one thing to be cool in private, but it's another to be cool publicly. And based on how everything then played out throughout all of this foolishness that then transpired over the last few weeks, a lot of people are looking at his responses or the lack thereof because he ain't responding to nothing. Okay. So I wouldn't even say that I'm cool with him because it's showing that he's allowing her to let her make a complete fool of herself on the internet. That's crazy work. That is crazy. Okay, let me go down. Miss Bridget says she feel rejected by RH because he filed for divorce, so she feel embarrassed and wants revenge. That's public revenge. Yep, that's what she want. And you could tell. Like I said, you ain't gotta be a genius to see what's going on here. Like, think about it, y'all. It's a pattern of behavior. The same thing happened with RH. And what's his name, child? The first baby daddy, Sleepy. They tried to push a narrative that, oh, I've been in my kid's life, I've been this, I've been that. But you can clearly see that that man ain't had no involvement when RH was in the picture because we didn't even know that those kids had a biological dad outside of RH. So make it make sense. I don't know how you can be a father, a real father in private, like in secrecy. How is that even possible? How do you hide being a father to your kids? Can somebody help me out? How do you hide being a father to your kids? Because that's what was stated. If y'all remember, it was said that I always been a father to my kids, but because you were so insecure and whatever, controlling, he said insecure and controlling that we had to hide that I had a relationship with my kids. On what planet would any man that's a biological father to kids, whether the baby mama is married or not, what man gonna hide their relationship with their biological kids just to satisfy the baby mama's marriage? Is you crazy? That don't even sound right. But that was a part of the narrative, the motive, that had to be pushed so that people could think that RH was the problem. He was so controlling, he was so insecure to the point where he wouldn't even want that man to have a relationship with his kids. Think about it, y'all. Look at it like this. We didn't see no proof for that, one. But if that were true, if he was that insecure about a man, a baby daddy from his ex-wife, then he also would have been the type of man to want to make more kids with her, right? That man didn't even want no kids with her. So why would he be insecure about kids that she got with another man? Oh, Lord have mercy. I just listen. I just don't get it, y'all. I think different. I don't know what it is, but a lot of that stuff don't add up, child. And what's the excuse for now that they're no longer together? Somebody let me know. Why are we not seeing baby daddy number one more present and involved now that her and RH been separated for almost 2 years now. Can somebody help me out? Regardless if you in another state or not, people will still see the involvement. I personally, I don't understand how you can even be active living in another state. It makes no sense. We also seen videos of the ex-wife on TikTok live talking about his lack of involvement, and also her co-signing RH in videos. If y'all remember, because I put this in a video where RH was doing a video, they was in the car and it was talking about bitter baby mamas, bitter baby daddies, which RH was talking about bitter baby mamas, and she brought up the bitter baby daddy portion. She literally cut him off and said, I'm sorry to cut you off, babe, but I gotta say this. And she was like, she started explaining uh about her bitter baby daddy's situation or whatever. And she was like, that's why I'm glad that I have the husband that I have, because I ain't gotta worry about that ninja. So it's like people forget about all of those receipts that then came out. So they just null and void. Like they don't exist, or they didn't happen just because a person tells you something different. No. I believe that version of Laonia. I believe the version that said her first baby daddy wasn't Ish and he wasn't present. And the reason why I believe that version is because we didn't see him. We didn't see him. Those kids were even branded under LaTruth's brand. They first name and they had LaTruth at the end. Under the same management. They were all branded under LaTruth. Like, it got to make some type of sense. We haven't, you know what? I'm going to say this. Since he was so present, if somebody could provide a picture of him and them cheering between, let's see, 2020, let's say between 2020 and 2022, if somebody can provide, between 2019 and 2021, because that's the perfect time frame. Since he said he was involved the whole time, he always been a real father. If somebody can provide a picture of him and his kids between that time frame, I cut him some slack. But that picture has to be provided because it's not making no sense. You can't be an active and real father gang if you're not even getting your kids and spending time with them. Is no way, no real father that really wants to be involved, that takes their seeds as far as their kids serious and being a father serious, is no way that they're going to put the relationship that they could have with their kids on the back burner to satisfy somebody else's marriage. That's not possible. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, y'all. I'm sorry. Hey, Ebony Queen Warrior. She didn't. Nope, she didn't mention the child support. It's nowhere in the paperwork. Wait, let's see. Hey, Alexis. Alexis says they did, but I told them in DM's live he was up to date in child support. Hey, Lupac and chat back to the bushes. Yep, he is. He is, and that's why I say, but they did. Y'all see, Alexis just said they literally. I wish somebody, because I know y'all. I know somebody sent me a screenshot of that the first day Laonia filed that contempt. They were literally saying that he was in contempt for non-child support payment and still having stuff on his pages. I'm telling y'all. But I have to look through my phone to try to find those receipts. But now it's like nobody's speaking on that. That was clearly a lie because it's nowhere in the paperwork. Nowhere in the paperwork. It reminds me of how the whole divorce decree came about. They were literally saying RH was holding up the divorce because he wanted half of her money. He wanted alimony and this and that. But you don't even see that in the paperwork. You see her wanting alimony from him. People got to pay attention, child. It's definitely been a motive going on. Okay. What's up, Snooky? What's up, my girl? Thank you, Latte, for being a 7-month member. She said they talked about the wig so much it didn't even last a full week. So you all eyes, our opinion matter. You all see, my bad. Look at me, you all eyes. Yep, it definitely matters. She definitely be watching y'all. Okay, let me go down. Hey, Jay. Let me see. Miss Bridges, I remember that Lupac about child support. That's exactly what they were saying over there. What you want, Ham? It's in the front. It's on the bar. I don't know. It was on the bar though. Because Judy says she wants him locked up, but how does she expect to be paid child support? Exactly. Exactly. And like I said, when I read that contempt paperwork yesterday, y'all, let me go back to it because I feel like this part was definitely overlooked. Let me see. Where R8 said, okay, let's see. It was something about his 8 million page, not the visitation. Okay, what he says, B Battle stole my property Facebook page, the truth of more than 8.9 million followers. I received an email that one of my admins of the page was removed in July 2024 and contacted Facebook about this matter. And Facebook says that Laonia still has control over my page. She unpublished it to make me think my business page was deleted by Facebook. My income has been affected in a major way behind her actions. That right there, y'all, just the fact that he stated that in his paperwork. Listen, this is the part where people forgetting the fact that everything he put as response, when you dealing with the court of law, you have to prove it, right? So he has to have some type of proof to prove what he just said, some type of receipts. He literally said he received an email from Facebook that stated those claims. So guess what? He's going to have to provide that email to the judge. Think about it. I don't think he would put something that's untrue in this stuff, especially dealing with the courts. Okay. So that should tell you something. That should tell you a lot. And shout out to 2K because 2K did say on his live yesterday that her holding that page or whatever allegedly, like you just don't realize that you're missing out on income, at least an increased income or child support, because the RH could really make some good money off of that page. And she knows that. That's probably why that action was taken, y'all. You gotta be real, real. Listen, she ain't gonna never have no good luck like that. I would, I could, well, I can only speak for myself, but I couldn't do nothing like that. I don't care how much I dislike a ex or whatever, whatever. Especially if you have children or a child with that person, regardless of how y'all ended, you should still want to see that person prosper because whatever they do in life affects your child until your child is grown. So that's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. But that definitely answers our question as far as that 8.9 million page. RH been saying it for a while, but to see that he added it to that court paperwork speaks volumes, in my opinion. Because it's one thing to say something like that, but it's another to add it to court paperwork where you have to prove what you're saying. That's a whole different ball game. And I can't wait to see the response from this when it gets released on the website. Okay. Shout out to my source. Make sure you check, baby. Hey, Nicole, 1015. What's up, my girl? All right, let's see who I miss. What's up, Bubblegum? Moonwalking and he hen. Y'all get on my nerves, child. The discussion board say them supporters definitely lied to her about that wig. Y'all still on that wig? Gemini Rising say Jai ain't said one word which speaks volumes at all. That man been doing what he's doing what he's been doing, y'all. Talking about that scented margarine in my chatty voice. Making sure he get them sales, baby. That's all he worried about. That should tell you something. That man ain't worried about nothing but his career and his businesses on the side. That's all. That's all he worried about. That's all he posts about. Sherry said Miss Season is so nice to baby girl. RH could get many women in and out of his life that ignore baby girl to get RH. She needs to appreciate Miss Season and stop being bitter and jealous. And I agree because it's no going back. Another thing she said in that clip was that somebody, and this is the thing, this is how you know that the negativity affects her a lot, y'all. And this is why, as an influencer, you should never show your weakness because it's a lot of people that wish that they could be in that position or, will literally antagonize knowing your weaknesses once you get to a certain level. She clearly shows that when people say negative things about her or whatever that's not in her favor or enabling her, that it bothers her to the hundredth power. And the reason why I say this is because the clip that my source sent me when she was on live, I guess last night or night before, somebody was in the comments. You could see what people was giving her compliments about her hair and this and that, and then you can see where one person was in the comments and said, Miss Season and RH look so nice together. And that triggered her to the max. Cause she went on, she was like, I don't care. And she was like, some ugly lady telling me about who look like what and who look good. And she was like, I don't care. Me and my ninja look good when we step out too. So it's stuff like that where you can tell that she gets really triggered and she's really affected by the negativity that social media brings, and she ignores all of the positive comments because you don't hear her telling the supporters thank you, or them, when they saying, oh, you beautiful, whatever, whatever. You don't see her at least saying thank y'all for the compliments or whatever. All you see is her responding to the negative comments that triggers her. That's it. Like that comment got to her so bad that she rambled about it, saying how her and nostrils look good together too, and she don't care about this. And my thing is, y'all both with somebody different. Like you would want to have peace with somebody that's being around your child. You know, like why would you want to be or have a hostile environment or just be hostile or beefing with somebody that's clearly in the picture and ain't going nowhere because far as I can see, baby, Miss Season ain't going nowhere. Okay, so you would think that she would try to not have a relationship, because she's still bitter over our age, but at least try to be cordial because this lady is around your child. Like, make it make sense, even as far as throwing shots and saying, "Oh, my child gained a grandma," and like that's not cool, bruh. That ain't cool because you don't see Miss Season saying nothing about your nostrils. I mean, you don't see RH saying nothing about your nostrils. Hey, Andrea, what's up, my girl? Let me go down. Joyce Seeger said, I heard her say that bull crap and immediately knew that was a bold-faced lie. And the crazy part is, while she was saying that, RH was sharing a video of somebody made a post and said, um, where did you something about your worst mistake? Where did you meet your worst mistake or something? Who was your worst? Wait, let's see. Let me go to it because I could quote it better. They said, where did you meet the biggest mistake of your life? And RH responded and said, Facebook. So we all knew what he was talking about. Okay. We all knew what he was talking about. But the fact that she's in a state of delusion that she believes that she can have this man back at any given time. She literally said out of her mouth, y'all, she don't care about her ex because she can have him. She said, if I wanted him, I could have him back. The fact that she believes that after we all know that this man left her and didn't want to reconcile. Not only that, not only did he leave her and didn't want to reconcile, but the fact that she's pregnant with twins for another man, and she thinks that she has the power to get this man back at any given moment. is a different type of delusion. That's a state of oblivion to the hundredth power. It's no way she can really believe that she can get that man back. If that's the case, you would have got him back when you wanted to reconcile. Like, if you could get him back, if you had your way and you could get RH back, y'all wouldn't even be separated right now. Y'all wouldn't be divorced, baby. You got to make it make sense. That sound good though. It sounds good. Hey, Miss Madeline. Like, come on now. Like, everybody want to flex a little bit or feel like they can, have the X anytime they want. Or, it sounds good, y'all. But can you really think about it? You really think that that man would really take you back now with 6 kids? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. The audio sounds so good in my car. I'm glad, y'all. I finally got the audio together. True said Bree pressed to stand behind him, especially since he has another movie now. She sees the money. Child, that man ain't making no money like that, y'all. That's crazy. Tyrese with the T said, well, if he was in his kid's life, why was she dogging him on the internet? Make that make sense. Thank you. Was RH making you do that? Did RH make you come to the internet and say all these bad things about your first baby daddy? That's how I knew it was cap, y'all. Because if y'all remember, RH did an interview. I can't remember which one it was. And he literally said he didn't even know she made those videos. A lot of this stuff he didn't even see until us bloggers start putting it out. And I could see that because why would he look for stuff like that? That was old TikTok videos before she was even really out there. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, RH was big popping and he had a lot of stuff going on. He still had that big page and all of that. So I could see him not seeing those videos. He didn't even know that existed. And he was with her because he was like, she was in the room, we was living together. He said, I didn't even know that she made those videos about her ex or was even accusing him of that. Because he said that, they would talk, but she would never go into detail about the relationship with the ex, the first baby daddy. She would only say, he a no good ninja, whatever. He's a D beat and all of that. So now it's like our age then adapted into the same story if you let her tell it. It's crazy. It's definitely that's why I say it's a pattern, y'all. Because she wasn't cool with the first baby daddy once she got with RH. Now that she's no longer with RH, she's back cool with the first baby daddy. Or they claiming to be on good terms. And then we got Janashos on the other hand. She's claiming they're cool, but y'all just wasn't cool because clearly you was putting all kind of stuff on the internet and he wasn't responding to nothing. Okay. Still ain't. That man still say he ain't got that type of time. He don't want no parts, baby. No parts. And do you blame him? Like, what? Child, listen. 2K, I think she got the right one with 2K, baby, because 2K is petty. So that's definitely gonna be a show to see, okay? Hey, Brittany Tyner. Hey, Queen Step. What's up, my girl? Girl, let her tell it she's saving everybody. Yep. Just like she said, she couldn't relate to none of the people that came into her life because she didn't have no trauma. You the same person that came on the internet and told us that your sister's husband raped you when you was a child. That's trauma, baby. That's childhood trauma. You was also the same person that said you and RH connected through a trauma bond because of losing y'all mothers. That's trauma also. So to get up there, and this is why I say the truth stands alone and a lie keeps adapting, right? You got to keep adding to a lie because when it's the truth, it's no layers involved. The truth is the truth. You only got to make that one statement and be good with it. But when it's a lie and people start rebuttaling the lie, you can't rebuttal the truth, baby, Because if it happened, it happened. But with a lie, it has more room to be rebutted because it's no evidence or no type of proof that can back up a lie. So that's why people can call out and say, "Oh, that's not true. This is a lie. I can prove it's a lie. Whatever, whatever." Like you got to make it make some type of sense. We didn't see him. She also made so many videos degrading him. Hey, Scorpio Stings. Hey, Alicia. There is no involvement there. Never has been any involvement. There never will be any involvement. She has got over her revengeful feelings for him. Robert is a target now. Josh next. I agree. Hey, Simone. Um, Pac several pics on different occasions, not just one. Oh Lord. Hey Taylor. Taylor says Robert made the biggest mistake marrying her within 3 months. He definitely did. He definitely did. And it was something that 2K said on his live. Let me see if I can remember, y'all. Because 2K was like, something about the kids or him not wanting. Oh, okay. So 2K has said that he was playing the Bay's interview. And he was like, you know, you should know when your partner or if you get with somebody, you should be able to know or know that did he say Sunday? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure when 2K going live. I mean, y'all gonna have to go check on his channel to see. I'm not sure. But you should know when your partner don't want kids or do want kids, especially if you still want them and you going into that relationship. So 2K was like, I gotta kind of give RH a L, but what 2K forgot about is the fact that they were married within 3 months. So when you marry somebody that's soon, well, 3, 4 months, if you marry somebody that's soon, you didn't give yourself enough time to get to know that person. So I feel like they both take a L on that part, you know, because she said on the Bays interview that she didn't find out till later down the line that he didn't want no more kids. But I mean, you would think that because you getting into a relationship with somebody, he got one child, you already got three. In his mind, he probably was thinking she didn't want no more kids either because most women don't want more than three kids. And I ain't saying all women. That's why I said most, y'all. Most women don't want more than three kids. So in his mind, he probably assumed that, or you never know, he might have asked her early on if she wanted kids. And because think about it, y'all, it make me think back to this. It was a screenshot put up. Let me see if I can find it. Hold up. Y'all know I like the receipts, baby. From 2016, when they first got together. Hold up. Let's see. Let me try to find it. Bear with me, y'all. When they first got together, she put up a post because she was saying people, the supporters in the comments was saying something about them having a baby. Let's see, hold up. I should be to it soon. Let me go all the way to the bottom. Let's see. Bear with me, y'all. Why is showing like this? Best match. Let's see. Hold on. I might have to go look in my under my other receipts. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why it's pulling up like this. Let's see. But she had made a post on Facebook 2016, y'all, when they first got together. And she said that because people was in her comments saying something about them having a child, her RH having a child, and she was like, We ain't having no child right now. We just got together. We gonna enjoy the kids that we already have. What is this? Hold on, let's see. I might be able to find it. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Oh, this was what she was telling Foot Me to sign over her rights. That's not it. And another thing too that 2K don't know about is it was a point where because I seen the screenshot earlier, I have the receipt where Laonya, before she even got pregnant, she was pretty much teasing Foot Meat about getting pregnant. She was like, I'm just messing because Foot Meat posted the receipts on Facebook. And she was like, I'm just letting you know that you ain't the only one that's gonna have his child. I'm pregnant too. So Foot Meat shared it. This was in 2017, 2018, something like that. But baby girl wasn't born until 2019, if y'all remember. But she was telling Foot Meat, you ain't the only one that's gonna be having his child. And Foot Meat shared it on Facebook and said, congratulations, Mrs. LaTruth. Like to say, I don't care. And she put in the comments, she was like, I don't know why she's sending me this. Cause I've been over him long time ago or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. I'm still looking, y'all. Bear with me. Let's see. Cause it was a lot of messages of them two going back and forth, child. Hold up, let's see. And this is why I hate when I'm looking for something on the spot. It's so hard for me to find it. Let me look in my other receipts. But when I'm not, that's when I pull it up. Never fails. Let's see, what is this? What is my kids doing? Let's see. Bear with me, y'all. Wait, that's the post about. Let's see. What is this one? Okay, I read that one. No, I see now. That was the one about her signing over her rights. And the crazy part is, if y'all remember, Laonya literally, she was with RH. She seen, because she would be bragging on him and saying how, he's the best dad in the world. He go out his way, he'll drive all of these miles to go get his daughter and Foot Meat, make him drive all the way out there just to say no, he can't get her and all these things. And to turn around and then them two team up together. That is the craziest thing ever. That is the definition of the enemy of my enemy is my best friend. That's crazy, y'all. What is this? No, that's not it. That is crazy. Because there's no way. But when you form those type of link ups or bonds or whatever, that ish never lasts. That's why they ended up falling out. That's exactly why. Because they didn't link up on good terms or genuity. They linked up to tear and take down RH. And that's why they end up falling out. Because they wasn't doing it, you know, on some real ish. And that's what made it jacked up. Okay, I found it, y'all. So August 31st, 2016, LaOnya posted on her B Hampton page. She says, and this was, let's see, because on that Bay's interview, she said her and RH met April 2016 and they got married July 2016. So June, July, August. So a month after they got married, she made this status. And she says, I keep getting inboxes and comments about, are you pregnant? No, I'm not. Stop asking me. Can we enjoy being married first? Thanks. No babies, no time soon. We enjoying the kids we already have. Maybe in 2018 you can expect a pregnancy. Until then, nope, I'm not. I'm not pregnant. We got plenty of time to have a baby. Hashtag can we enjoy our marriage first? I bet you any money nobody was inboxing her that. Think about it, y'all. Why would she posted this a month after they got married? Nobody really knew her at that time. Her page wasn't popping. That was a month after they got married. He hadn't even set up her pages yet for her pages to be big. Why would people be inboxing her, asking her if she was pregnant? Make it make sense. She was definitely setting the stage for that. Okay. Because she even said maybe in 2018 you can expect a pregnancy. Keep in mind she had baby girl in 2019, but RH didn't want no kids, and he made that very clear. That's some crazy child. Listen, that is crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Don't be surprised if 2K don't go live. Hey, respectfully, April. Queen Steph said he said she still had control over his page. Show did. Hey, love cat. Show did. Yep. He said that's what Facebook emailed him and said. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray, and y'all gotta think about it. If you make somebody a admin over your page, they can, and that was his wife, y'all. That was his wife. So think about it. Nobody is gonna be thinking that their spouse is going to delete their page. You thinking you marrying somebody for better for worse, y'all married. That wasn't a boyfriend girlfriend situation. So he would have never thought that she would have deleted his page. So that's some crazy ish right there. Let's see. Let me go down. Hey, Miss Carly. Queen Step says that goes to show she holding on to him by holding his page. She want to compete with him, making more on this internet, and knows he will flourish on that 8 million page. That's a fact. That's a fact because think about it, y'all. Even though he built his page back up, the one he got now, he's over 1 million followers. But imagine, I want to say RH said that he was making close to $1 million a year from that $8 million, I mean 8 million page. And I could believe that because that's a lot of traffic. Even if the people aren't, liking or whatever, just the engagement, the reactions, because you can literally, long as they following you, they're gonna see it. So even if you post something and it comes down their timeline and you stop and look at it, whatever, that's considered engagement. That's considered not reaction, but I forgot what the word is. But all of that counts. So he was definitely making some good money off of that page. Definitely. He good because he probably wasn't thinking about that then, but I would have never, I'd have put me, myself, and I, the only person in control of that page. No spouse, no none of that child. Now, his other little pages, that's different, but that page, baby, if it ain't Jesus, okay, me and God, only me and God is going to be in control of that page. Hey, Miss Elaine, because look at the situation now. But if I was him, because like I said, y'all, that's a lot of money. That page, that's a lot of money involved with that page. If I was him, I would take that legal. I would take the legal route for that. I would definitely take the legal route and take what um, you know, Facebook, the email, whatever the proof he have, I would take the legal route with it. I would go after her legally for control over that page because that's crazy. Ain't no way I take a loss like that on that type of page, knowing that, he put his all into building up his platforms, all of his hard work, just off the strength of him providing her with the platform. Because, like she said, he created her fan page and he put her in the position she's in. And I'm talking about her saying this on those audios, not what she's saying now. That's why I say I believe what she said prior. You can't always believe what a person say when they mad. Okay, it's a different ball game. So just off the strength of that, she should give him his page back. Just off the strength that she's still eating on her pages, because it's because of his brand and his name that it's even possible. It's crazy. He's stepping out with Ebok. Now follow the drip, baby. Hey, Micheline. True Slayer say no one can pay me to believe she had the stellar childhood slash parents that she claims she had, especially her saying she was SA as a child. Exactly. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't feel like nobody's childhood is just perfect, baby. She made it seem like, oh, it was the perfect childhood. I always got what I wanted. I don't believe that. Every childhood then had some type of um rough patch or whatever. So no, ma'am. Ain't nobody just believing that child. She can tell that to somebody else. Especially after you done already told us that uh that situation. I think you know what? That's why I say one thing about a liar, they'll forget the lies they tell. She literally forgot that she told us that her sister husband did that to her. And that ain't even me saying it's true. Because honestly, I don't even believe it. Because she said it and never brought it back up and still had a relationship. It's no way in hell I'm gonna have a relationship with a sister if she's married or decides to marry a man that I told her that essayed me. Ain't no way in HELL, and she got a good relationship with that sister. There's no way. I'm not doing it. Whew, hold on, y'all. Yep, I'm not doing it. Think about it. How many of you guys, if y'all was in that situation, hey Maya, if y'all was in that situation and your blood sister that they got a good age gap between them. Bob do say Pac, know that they don't believe that. In fact, she knows it's a dang lie. That's why we're all experiencing this BS saga. Yep, yep. But how many of y'all, if y'all was in that situation, y'all think about it. Put yourself in that situation, and that's your blood sister, right? Y'all by 10, 15 years apart in age to where um that sister babysits you because your mama gotta work, whatever, whatever. And her boyfriend, husband at the time, because I think they was married, essayed you multiple times. And you tell your sister, you build up the courage to one day tell your sister this happened to you, right? Would you uh how would you react to that? Would you still have a relationship with that sister moving forward after she say pretty because she's pretty much saying she don't believe you by staying with the husband, right? Or are you cutting the sister off like she claimed in that post she was? Because if y'all remember, matter of fact, let me read it. She made a post about that. She made a whole post. Let's see. And she said, hold on, y'all, bear with me. I gotta find it. Let me go to my other receipts. I can find stuff faster than the other ones. Let's see. And she was real explicit in that post, baby. That's not it. Okay. So she says this was, keep in mind, y'all, this was April 24th, 2021. She made this post. She says, I can't stand to be on no fake ish. But she put the cuss word. And I'm usually not one to post personal ish on social media, but it really KILLS me. How I have a blood sister who knows her ex husband raped me as a effing child, 8 years old, and to just find out she's remarrying him is effing insane. Now I'm not your sis. Now I'm not your sis, and the people who support her, I don't f with y'all either. F all y'all and don't hit my line. Excuse my French, but I couldn't hold this ish in any longer. Bobby, Indiana, this is for y'all. In case people want to act clueless as to what the F I'm talking about. So she posted that April 24th, 2021, right? We've seen interaction between her and her sister. And shout out to the Keeping Up with the LaTruth group. But if y'all remember, if y'all were around when that group was here, they literally found where this exact sister had they house had caught fire or something like that. Her and her husband. And guess who donated $5,000 to the GoFundMe? Lie on you. So that should tell you something. But if y'all remember, when she went on that interview with those ladies. Remember, I forgot the name of that their podcast, but she did an interview with those ladies, and that's the one where she said 6 years of gaslighting and blase blase. Same interview, and she told them, she explained the situation about her sister, and she said, I even offer my sister $20,000 to leave him and to come and move out here with me and get a fresh start. And she said she turned it down. But it's the difference in the stories for me. You know, with this post and her saying she don't want to have nothing to do with her or anybody attached to her that support her, to next thing you know, you trying to get your sister to, you claim you tried to get her to leave her husband. Also, she, after that, if y'all remember, she had the sister at her house for the Valentine Day, the Galentine Day celebration, where she had her, Dawn, Ayana, Anaya, Janaya, whatever her name is, child. And this sister, she celebrated them as her friends for Valentine's Day. The sister also went there when something happened with the dad. I forgot the specific details, but the sister showed up because they had posted that in that Keeping Up with the LaTrue group. I remember that. And the sister showed up, and that's when she was like, this my real sister, y'all, not my fake sister. So it's like, it's interesting. And the sister was also there when Janastros was there the first time, if y'all remember. So, and she posted her on her page where she said she had paid for somebody to do her sister hair or something in wherever the sister stay. So I just find that very interesting. That's why I said, how would y'all react if that was y'all sister and y'all was in those shoes, baby? Because I know I wouldn't want no type of interaction. Like, I'm cutting my sister off. I don't want no parts. No parts. What is this? You decide to stay with your husband after I told you that your husband did this. I never speak to my sister again. Never. Sorry. And that's a very traumatic experience, y'all. Saying somebody SA'd you at 8 years old, come on now. That's something you never get over. So, uh-uh. Even having a sister around is a constant reminder. And that takes therapy and all of that. Even just, let's say her sister was to leave the husband, they would still have to rebuild their relationship. It didn't take none of that. It didn't take none of that. Based off of their interaction, it looked like they never was not speaking, in my opinion. If you know, you know, baby. If you know, you know. It looked like they were never not speaking based on the link ups and stuff like that. It ain't look like they was uncomfortable or none of that. And it makes me think back to when Dawn said that the dad essayed that sister. Same sister. That's crazy. Hey, Miss Sharon. Same sister, y'all. Something ain't right. Something ain't adding up. Let me work my way to the bottom. Hey, 88 Brian. What's up, Mr. Nee Smith? Shout out to everybody that's in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button for your girl. Okay, let's go down. So I can keep up with these comments, baby. Hold on, y'all. Wait, let's see. What am I missing? Y'all already know 2K gonna respond, child. Hey, Queen of her throne. You have to let me put my link in the chat. You can't go to my page, y'all. If anybody try to be a member on my page, you can't just go to my page and join because I don't think the join button is on there. So you have to do it through my live streams. Once you see me or one of my mods, put it in the chat. That's how you join. All right, let's see. So I just put the uh the link for the memberships in the live. So that's how anybody want to join our members only. That's how you join it. You have to click on that link and go through that. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Okay. Let me go down. What wig y'all talking about now? I don't know nothing about no. I have to go see. Oh, look, shout out to 2K. He is in the building. 2K, they was literally just asking about you. And whatever you got going on with that lady over there, I have no clue, but my people want to know when you going live, bro. Okay. No, I still gotta work on it. I still got some work to do. Okay. I'm gonna have to go on YouTube, like you told me, and watch those videos to figure that part out. So I'm gonna work on it this weekend to get everything together. Hey Yams, look, my sister is in the building. Yams says, "Is this when Foot Meat was talking about how good her snatch was and misspelled multiple words?" Yes, ma'am. That was one of the situations. Talk about them legal exercises. Foot Meat told RH, she say, "My coat so tight, I've been doing them legal exercises." She say she make them rubbers bust, child. RH told her, "I don't give a fuck." He said, I don't give a F word." That was funny. That told the tale. He probably, I know this man regret them two things, them two cancers, okay? You can't tell me he don't. That's why I was so blown away when this girl said in that video if she wanted him back, she could have him. Girl, I bet money that man wouldn't take you back. Too much than transpired. That's an insult to RH's brand. That's an insult to his name. That's an insult. Saying that is an insult, especially after everything you put him through publicly. I don't think she knows the severity of her actions because you gotta be in a high state of delusion to think that a man would even take you back after ruining their life. Like, baby, that's a whole nother level of delusion, y'all. Hey, Miss Lisa Diane. That's a whole nother level of delusion. Especially, and to add to that, knowing that you were even deceptive in your pregnancy. Make it make sense. That man didn't even want no kids with you. You had to have a child with this man through deception. So why would he want child? It makes no sense, y'all. I just can't believe it. Is 2K still in here? Because I see he commented. That way y'all can ask him what y'all wanted to. I'm trying to work my way down to the bottom of the comments, baby. Then I wonder why Facebook is being so stupid and won't work at helping that man's page get released. I guess you gotta follow how the process goes. He gave her access as an admin. That's why I say I know he regretting that. I know he regretting that. As a vision statement, seasoned grown woman status, she is helping him promote his book and his page. Yep. That's how you support your man, baby. That's how you support your man. Miss Season say that's her shrimp. Okay. That's her shrimp, baby. Pac, I'm listening between calls, so apologies if you already addressed this. 2K said RH didn't include Nate's contempt response when he listed a third party sharing. Is that accurate? He didn't go into detail. He did include her because it was some of her screenshots as evidence, but that was just him responding to it. But he have to show the proof once he go to court, y'all. Keep that. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people probably confused as far as the contempt paperwork is concerned. Keep that in mind, y'all. Those were just their responses, right? She filed contempt, he countered it. So that wasn't all the proof that they have. Basically meaning that once they go to court, they can present any other evidence that they have to back up their claims. Hence him saying she got his page unpublished and she still has control. So when he go to court, just like we didn't see the actual email, he would have to prove it to the judge and present it. So yeah, just like he got, he possibly got the audio of them saying she be sending them stuff, so he could present that to the judge. Once the judge say, "Well, how you know that these are third party people?" Or once he named them, it's not that he excluded them. It's just that he ain't presented it yet. They never went to court yet. Hey, Steph's puffing stuff. What's up, my girl? Hey, Talia. She acts like a miserable adopted child, and if she decides to delete it, he should ask the judge to give her jail time for doing that. I agree because that's major. Imagine how long it took him to build that page up. Okay, I'd be crying. I'd be crying behind that page. Aisha said if it was so perfect, she wouldn't be holding on to all this anger. Thank you. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because you can tell when somebody is at CC. I don't know what you mean, Mias. What do you mean by that? You can tell when somebody is harboring feelings based off of childhood traumas. You can tell. You can tell. Madeline say, right, Lupac, no one has a perfect childhood. My son, very handsome, got it going on, was talking to a lady who stated she never went through anything, wanted to date him. He said no. That, huh? Exactly. We all human at the end of the day. So imagine somebody telling you if anything that's a red flag. Okay, somebody telling you, oh, I've never, just like Naomi said on that video, I've never been a problem in any of my relationships. I was never the bad person. Girl, what? What? Like, child, just how 2K was able to basically decide that she was the problem based off of her saying in the Bays interview. Hey, Kimberly W. She stated in that Bays interview, y'all, that anytime, well, they was asking her, did it ever get better, her and RH's situation? Because she said that they would argue every other day or whatever because she wanted to go to work. First of all, that sounds crazy. One. Secondly, if your husband is presenting opportunity for you to work from home and make six figures and still be able to spend time with your kids, that's not control, baby. That's a blessing. Okay. That's a blessing. Because ain't too many men could provide that. Two, and thirdly, when they said did it get better, and she said, yeah, once she started walking on eggshells and being pretty much being submissive, that's when it got better. How crazy does that sound? So 2K was like, well, that basically let him know that she was the problem. Because if that's when the peace came, that mean that you were causing the confusion and the chaos. If the peace came when you started shutting up, then that should tell you you was the problem in your household. Like, make it make sense. That told it all right there. All she had to do was chill and let her husband lead. That's it. That's all. Imagine that, y'all. Imagine that. And that's why I don't think a lot of women realize that we really be holding the power to having a peaceful household. We really do. Because more, when you dealing with, I ain't gonna say all men, hey, Miss Anita, but most men are pretty much nonchalant, non-confrontational, unless you just dealing with an abusive ninja. But outside of that, we the ones that be caught, be kicking the smoke up, okay? for different things. Because y'all know we emotional. We are very much emotional. Hey, Miss Mel Mel. Hey, Red Duplessis. Y'all in the comments talking about just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Let me stop, y'all. I'm about to see if I can get that as a sound bite. Hey, Rochelle, LaTruth. She said, I don't think Robert would take Sierra back if she I don't think Robert would take Sierra back if she hadn't said a word. Child, he wouldn't take her back either. And I was actually talking about Laonia first, but he definitely wouldn't take her back. Ain't no way. I honestly think he's disgusted by both of them, to keep it above. Wouldn't you be? Imagine two women that you made mothers, that you had kids with, that you provided for. Because keep in mind, y'all, RH did his big one with foot meat also, and that came from Laonia. Laonia said out of her own mouth that he would make sure, even if outside of the fact that she had kids with other men, if her lights got cut off, he was cutting them lights back on just because he had one child in that house. So that should tell you that they was doing a big one. They was really helping her. So imagine that person coming to the internet to destroy the very same place you make your livelihood, but still having their hand out. I remember, y'all, I still have a screenshot in my phone from, and this is somebody else had sent me this, but it was when Foot Meat was on that lady over there's panel, and she must have been lying her ass off because RH was in the comments and he was like, you will never see another dime from me. After this, you will never see another dime from me, baby. I was like, oh yeah, he mad. Cause she was over there saying the crazy, that's what she said, something about the chicken tenders and the ketchup. That is embarrassing. Hey, Carmen. That is embarrassing, y'all. Like, hey, Monica Vasquez. Hey, Miss Tracy Gardner. Shout out to everybody that's just coming in, y'all. Please hit that like button. I think one of my people said we need like 40 more likes, baby. Run it up, run it up. Oh, let me go back up. I missed that comment. I missed that comment. Can we get a little super sticker party for Pac? Who gonna crank it up? Who gonna crank it up, baby? Let me see. Cause y'all ain't gave me one this live now. Y'all slipping. Y'all slipping. Ooh, so it girl said I used to stay beside her dad in Rocky Mount when he stayed on Tarboro Street. He has always been weird, and he SA her sister, which is why her mother left him. Everyone in Rocky Mount knows that. Listen, I've heard that before, so that ain't uncommon, baby. I've also heard of the whole Tarboro Street. You know, being in this saga since the beginning, you hear a lot of stuff. You hear a lot of stuff. So I can't say that, I ain't gonna say you lying because I definitely heard that before. And Dawn already came out recently and said that that came straight from the sister's mouth that he did that to her. So I mean, it don't get no more truer than that, okay? Don't get no more truer than that. Came straight from the horse's mouth, baby, which is crazy. But that's weird. That's weird because if y'all notice, even after that, if y'all notice that that sister, because Walt is not her real daddy, but she still has a relationship with Walt. I wish I would. I wish I would have a relationship with a man that essayed me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, child. Not real daddy, not fake daddy. Listen, not fake uncle, real uncle. Once you violate me, that's a wrap. That's a wrap, baby. Ain't no more relationship. Ain't none of that. Y'all so crazy, bro. Madeline say yes. If you never been through anything, you may not know how to cope with life. Life be life, and that's a fact. Brainless Lifestyle says, well, she can't cheat in peace now. All the ninjas gotta do is follow the drip, then she caught. What's the drip? Hey, SD. Pac, them folks wish D on 2K. Child, I'm not even reading that negative energy. But that, y'all know what we've been dealing with. Y'all know what we've been dealing with within this saga. I know I never do it. Hey, Andra, what's up, my girl? Thank you, Miss Simone, for the super sticker. Thank you for your support, my girl. I said party, but it's okay. I'ma just assume y'all don't love me today. Did Jay say y'all that lady over there hollering like crazy about 2K laughing my ear off? I bet if she was on camera, you would be able to see her veins. Listen, and you know what? The crazy part is, um, 2K gives the type of person that he know how to get under people's skin. So I think she didn't met her match with him. I think she met her match with him. So this gonna definitely be a show, okay? This gonna be a sight to see. This gonna be a sight to see, baby. What did I miss? Let's see. What is she doing now? Thank you, Simply Linda. He showed did. That was another thing he said, y'all. Shout out to 2K. Make sure y'all go watch his live because he definitely supports the other creators, me included. Um, so shout out to him. But one of the things he said was when Laonia did that Bays interview, and that's why I think that Bay's interview is very crucial for a lot of people to watch. If you just coming into the saga or whatever, it's important for you to watch that and kind of put it together with what's transpiring now. You can see the inconsistencies based on how time progressed, okay? But one of the things she said was RH didn't allow her to utilize her degrees because she wanted to work in the medical field, right? He forced her to work, basically work from home. So 2K said, what is she doing now since she's no longer with him? That should tell you everything. That should tell you to tell. If it was that much of a problem that you couldn't utilize those quote unquote degrees, then why aren't you utilizing them now that you're no longer under that alleged control? Got to make it make sense, y'all. Thank you, Sapphire Virgo, for being a 4-month member. She said, keep up the good work, Lupac. Thank you, my girl. I Vision says she could have with had what? She could have with had a great co-parenting relationship with her daughter. Dad, it's a little spell error, but I get what you're saying, and I agree, definitely. It's time to get it together. It's time to mature. And, like at the end of the day, it's about that baby. Like I keep stressing, it should be all about that baby and not the adults. And they go for both. They go for both, y'all. We gotta be unbiased. But we see who's the problem also. Okay. So hey Talisa. Hanging with Miss D. Hey, hanging with Miss D. She gonna be slipping and sliding in that curve. Y'all get on my nerves, bruh. Y'all, them comments be cutting up, child. But I'm about to get up off of here, y'all. I'm leaving y'all. Y'all don't love me today. I am gone. The show is over. I gotta finish my video though. I gotta finish working on that video so I can drop that video, y'all. Hopefully some other people go live so we can have something to watch. It is the weekend, baby. It's Friday night. Let me stop. But anyways, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. If I do a let me see. More than likely tomorrow I'll do a regular live and Sunday will be our members only. So if you're not a member, make sure you go down my community wall and you can catch that link to grab a membership because that's where it goes down. Okay, that's where it's litty. We get it's a little more intimate, it's a vibe. Members only is a whole vibe, baby. Cause it's more private, more intimate. But make sure y'all grab that so y'all can support the channel. Y'all can buy me a coffee. I do have some people that look out as far as the coffee link is concerned. Um y'all can hit the cash app to support the platform. It's many ways. If you don't watch them ads, get a little super chat, super sticker to support the movement. But I love you guys and I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm about to finish working on this video and go talk with my babies because they always got, especially Ham, child. Ham got a story to tell every time she come back from school. But I love y'all. Have a blessed weekend. See y'all tomorrow.